The preservation of the sacred fire of liberty, and the destiny of the republican model of government, are justly considered deeply, perhaps as finally staked, on the experiment entrusted to the hands of the American people. Happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. The basis of our political system is the right of the people to make and to alter their constitutions of government. The power under the Constitution will always be in the people. A free people ought not only to be armed but disciplined. To form a new government requires infinite care and unbounded attention, for if the foundation is badly laid, the superstructure must be bad. The great rule of conduct for us, in regard to foreign nations, is, in extending our commercial relations, to have with them as little political connection as possible. To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. The Constitution is the guide which I never will abandon. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. The time is near at hand which must determine whether Americans are to be free men or slaves. The establishment of our new government seemed to be the last great experiment for promoting human happiness. A primary object should be the education of our youth in the science of government. We should not look back unless it is to derive useful lessons from past errors, and for the purpose of profiting by dearly bought experience. Observe good faith and justice towards all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. Truth will ultimately prevail where there are pains to bring it to light. It is infinitely better to have a few good men than many indifferent ones. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. Associate yourself with men of good quality if you esteem your own reputation, for 'tis better to be alone than in bad company. The propitious smiles of heaven can never be expected on a nation that disregards the eternal rules of order and right which heaven itself has ordained. It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one. Gentlemen, you will permit me to put on my spectacles, for I have not only grown grey but almost blind in the service of my country. It is better to be alone than in bad company. We must consult our means rather than our wishes. When one side only of a story is heard and often repeated, the human mind becomes impressed with it insensibly. Perseverance and spirit have done wonders in all ages. There is nothing so likely to produce peace as to be well prepared to meet an enemy. If we desire to secure peace, it must be known that we are at all times ready for war. To err is natural, to rectify error is glory. The battle, sir, is not to the strong alone, it is to the vigilant, the active, the brave. Let us raise a standard to which the wise and honest can repair, the rest is in the hands of God. A people who are possessed of the spirit of commerce, who see and who will pursue their advantages, may achieve almost anything. Real men despise battle, but will never run from it. A good moral character is the first essential in a man. The willingness with which our young people are likely to serve in any war shall be directly proportional to how they perceive veterans of earlier wars were treated and appreciated by their nation. I die hard, but I am not afraid to go. On religion and morality, it is impossible to rightly govern a nation without God and the Bible. Let your heart feel for the afflictions and distress of everyone. To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. Mankind, when left to themselves, are unfit for their own government. Religion and morality are the essential pillars of civil society. Few things are more essential than public prosperity and happiness. Let us therefore animate and encourage each other. The firmest friendships have been formed in mutual adversity. The hour is fast approaching, on which the honor and success of this army and the safety of our bleeding country depend. Arbitrary power is most easily established on the ruins of liberty abused to licentiousness. The due administration of justice is the firmest pillar of good government. Laws made by common consent must not be trampled on by individuals. Example, whether it be good or bad, has a powerful influence. We should not look back unless it is to derive useful lessons from past errors. My first wish is to see this plague of mankind, war, banished from the earth. A man's intentions should be allowed in some respects to plead for his actions. Strive not with your superiors in argument, but always submit your judgment to others with modesty. Human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. I shall not be deprived of a comfort in the worst event, if I retain a consciousness of having acted to the best of my judgment. Discipline is the soul of an army. Do not suffer your good nature to say yes when you ought to say no. Let your discourse with men of business be short and comprehensive. Experience teaches us that it is much easier to prevent an enemy from posting themselves than it is to dislodge them after they have got possession. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. A slender acquaintance with the world must convince every man that actions, not words, are the true criterion of the attachment of friends. Nothing is more necessary than economy and frugality in the management of our private affairs. Great occasions do not make heroes or cowards, they simply unveil them to the eyes of men. Patience is a noble virtue, and I have learned its value through experience. I had rather be on my farm than be emperor of the world. We should be very cautious in making new friends but firm and faithful in preserving them. Friendship is a plant of slow growth and must undergo and withstand the shocks of adversity before it is entitled to the appellation. Strive not with your superiors in argument, but always submit your judgment to others with modesty. He who is sincere in his endeavors will always find a way to succeed. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. Real happiness is cheap enough, yet how dearly we pay for its counterfeit. A man's intentions should be allowed in some respects to plead for his actions. I hope I shall possess firmness and virtue enough to maintain what I consider the most enviable of all titles, the character of an honest man. I conceive a knowledge of books as the basis upon which other knowledge is to be built. A reputation once broken may possibly be repaired, but the world will always keep their eyes on the spot where the crack was. Associate with men of good quality if you esteem your own reputation. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. We must take human nature as we find it, perfection falls not to the share of mortals. A slender acquaintance with the world must convince every man that actions, not words, are the true criterion of the attachment of friends. To persevere in one's duty and be silent is the best answer to calumny. The preservation of the sacred fire of liberty is entrusted to the hands of the American people. To enlarge the sphere of social happiness is worthy of the benevolent design of a free government. Promote then, as an object of primary importance, institutions for the general diffusion of knowledge. Let your heart feel for the afflictions and distress of everyone, and let your hand give in proportion to your purse. If we desire peace, one of the most powerful instruments of our rising prosperity, it must be known that we are at all times ready for war. Government is not reason, it is not eloquence, it is force. Like fire, it is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. To execute laws is more important than to make them. Laws made by common consent must not be trampled on by individuals. The government of the United States is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion. Real men despise battle, but will never run from it. It is better to be alone than in bad company. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those few be well tried before you give them your confidence. Few things are more necessary than public prosperity and happiness. Let us with caution indulge the supposition that morality can be maintained without religion. There is but one straight course, and that is to seek truth and pursue it steadily.